Hi, my name is Jeanette, and I want to thank you for joining me on the channel Jane Reads. So today I thought I would do the Meet the Booktuber tag. I had seen this a while ago, probably back in the fall, October, November. I saw Miriam Elizabeth Reads do it, I saw Celestria do it, and I feel like there was somebody else I saw do it, but now I can't remember. So yesterday I thought, okay, this is what I'm going to film tomorrow. So I Googled the Meet the Booktuber tag to figure out what the questions were because I couldn't find the exact videos that I had seen. And it came up with two different sets of questions. And I was like, I kind of like both of them a little bit, like, because both sets of questions ask, like, are stuff that I haven't really talked about a lot or just thought it'd be fun. So other than reading them through and writing them down last night in my notebook, I haven't really thought about them. So we're going to go through them, and I will link both Miriam's and Celestria's videos in the description below because those are the ones I remember for sure seeing them. And if I find the other one when I go through my history, I will link that as well. But I don't know because, as I said, it was quite a while ago. Okay, so I have 20 questions here because each of the tags I found had 10 questions each. That was not very good English. So I have 20 questions here because the two tags each had 10 questions each. So I'm going to go through them fairly quickly, or as quickly as I can. And as I mentioned, I haven't really thought a lot about these questions, so that they're kind of like my first answers is what I want. Okay. So, question number 1 is your name, your age, and your location. So, my name is Jeanette, and my age, I don't really like to share my age, but I will tell you this and see, you'll figure out my age. So, my birthday is on the 28th of a month. Like, it's in November, but it's the 28th. So, kind of the running joke as I got closer to 28, 29, 30 was I turned 28. I'm happy with it. But then I'm going to be 28 forever. It's not holding at 29. It's not. So when I turned 30, for example, somebody asked, so how old are you? Like on my 30th birthday, somebody asked, how old was I? And I said, well, I'm 28 for the third time. So, and then that kind of kept going as a running joke with a few friends that I'm 28 for the 7th time. I'm 28 for the 8th time. So this past November, I celebrated my 28th birthday for the 17th time. Okay, as I said, I do kind of, I've hit the 40 plus mark, okay? And my location, I live in Ontario, Canada. Okay, so question number 2 is, do you have any siblings? And if so, where are you in the order? So I have one sibling. I have a younger brother who is 2 years younger than me, and I am the oldest. Okay, number 3 is, what do you do for work? I work in office administration in a faith-based work environment. I work in a church. Okay, number 5, do you have any pets? We have fish. My husband is very big into fish. So we have 2 fair-sized fish tanks. I did include them in a vlog in December. They're 38 gallons and 42 gallons, I think. I'm not really sure. And then we have a betta in a little fish bowl. So yeah, those are our pets. Number 6, can you drive? Yes, I can. Number 7, what was your favorite subject in school? I really liked math. I know. Not everybody's. And then my other subject was computers. But it wasn't really, I mean, computers, when I was in school, computers were just kind of new, coming out. So it's not like, not programming or anything like typing class, that kind of stuff I really enjoyed. So number 8, what is your favorite color? White and gray. And or black and pink. But Pink is it has to be a light pink. Like, kind of like this type of pink, right? Yes. But really, white. Yeah, white or black. I'm go shopping with a friend, and my friend is very, do you really need any more white shirts? Do you really need any more gray shirts? Yeah. Neutral. Give me neutrals. Okay, number 9. What is your favorite smell? Coffee? Pumpkin? When I go to Bath and Body Works, I will buy like kind of all the pumpkin scents. I also really like peach or vanilla. Yeah, I can't give one answer. Okay, number 10. What is your favorite book or your top 3 favorite books? Okay, I can't narrow it down to one book. So, top 3 favorite books. Well, do I pick one in each genre? Okay, so the first one I'm going to mention is No Ocean Too Wide by Carrie Ternasky. I love this book. There's just something about it. I just love the characters. I love following the travel, kind of the mystery of, are they going to find each other in the end? Like, just, yeah, the heart breaking emotions, the roller coaster ride it takes me through. I love this book. It is a historical romance about the British children that were sent across the ocean to Canada, and it is a sibling trying to find her younger siblings that they got separated. Okay, so that's book number 1. Book number 2 is 5 Days in the Sky by Carla Lorando. This one is a contemporary romance, and it is set in Scotland with Andrea is a hotel consultant, goes over to Scotland to consult for a hotel for James, who is a chef, who is establishing this hotel with his brother. And the two just kind of hit it off, and it's a romance between them, and I just love the setting, the location, the characters. Great story. And book number 3 is another historical Western romance, and it is The Christmas Bargain by Shanna Hatfield. It's probably one of the books that I have read the most, like reread the most. And it is a Christmas marriage convenience story. So, question number 1 is, how did you decide what genre of books you like to read? So, growing up, I read The Babysitter's Club, Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys. Those are kind of the ones. Sweet Valley High. Those are kind of the ones that I remember the most reading. But I really enjoyed Nancy Drew. That was kind of I wanted to figure out, kind of be on the case and see if I could solve it before the end of the book, before it was revealed. Like, that was my happy place. And then as I got into high school, I found John Grisham. And I'm pointing over there because I have a lot on that shelf. So I got into that, kind of devoured all his books at the time, because I really liked law and getting into the legal aspect of stuff, and I actually thought about going into law and decided not to. And so I really enjoyed those. Then through college and kind of afterwards, other than my John Grisham books, I've really stuck to Christian fiction. And mainly that's because I want to be able to read stuff that's pleasing and not like putting dirty stuff into my mind. Does that make sense? I mean, I read about serial killers, so I don't know how clean that is, right? That's still dirty stuff, right? But God is working with the characters through that, kind of helping them overcome or helping them stop them. And yeah, so there's no language in the books. There's no behind door scenes. I want to keep it clean, and I love that there's so many different types of books just in the Christian fiction genres alone. So that is how I've decided to choose, and I think this might be going into kind of further down, but my top genre that I really kind of gravitate towards first is romantic suspense, because I love the mystery, the suspense, trying to solve the crime, and then I like romance added in. Okay, number 2. The question is, what author is most like you? I have no idea. I don't really follow that many authors that closely that I really know about them. I can think of a couple authors that I follow quite a bit, like that I follow on Instagram regularly, but I wouldn't say I'm like them. So no, I have no idea. Okay, then. Question number 3. If you were stranded on an island, what book would you take? Does my island have power? Because can I bring my Kindle? Can I charge it? I'm also thinking another way that I can kind of stretch this a little bit. Can I bring this one? This is the D. Henderson. This is books 1, 2, and 3 of the O'Malley series. So yes, it wouldn't complete the whole series, but at least I'd have like a nice chunker with 3 different stories to read, right? I don't know when this one came out. This 2000 is when book 1 originally came out. This bind up came out in 2004. So I have read this series. I think I've read through this series twice so far. I'm really hoping to read through. I was hoping to read it last year. Didn't get to it. So hopefully this year I will be able to get to this. I want to read the whole series because I do have the second with the other 3 in it. So yeah, that's going to be my answer, because romantic suspense, mystery, romance, all in one, family, yeah. Okay. Number 4 is, do you like buying books to read them or because they look pretty on your shelf? To read them. I'm very frugal. And yeah, as much as a book draws me in because of the cover, if I don't have any intention of reading it, I'm not going to buy it. So, number 5. What book could you have read 10 years ago that would have changed your life? So 10 years ago, I would have been in my early 30s. What book have I read now that would have changed my life if I had read it back then? Okay. I'm not going very deep on this answer. Okay. So the book I'm think of offhand is Heart on the Line by Karen Whitmire. So this is a historical romance, and this was my introduction to Karen Whitmire, but it was also my introduction to historical fiction. I really shied away from historical fiction before this, and I absolutely loved this book that I picked up more by Karen Whitmire after it. And I got brave and tried a lot more historical fiction. And now, historical fiction is one of my favorite genres. I mean, another favorite book. Another favorite book. Yeah. So I read Heart on the Line 2017, 18 maybe? Somewhere in there. And since then, I've added so many historical fiction books to my want to read list or have read so many of them. So yeah, that is one that if I'd read it 10 years ago, before that, would it have ignited my love for historical fiction like it did when I read it 5 years ago? So yeah, that's my answer. Okay. Oh boy. Question number 6. If there were only 3 books in the world, what would they be? Or you can pick the top 3 genres. Okay, so I named 3 books earlier in question 10 of the earlier tag. So I'm going to go with top 3 genres. So the top 3 genres that I want is romantic suspense, historical fiction, and contemporary romance. Yeah, those are my top 3 genres. If you've watched my channel before, it's probably not really a shock to you. Okay, number 7. If you could write a book about anything, what would it be? Oh, I wouldn't write a book. English is not my strong suit. And I mean, more like I can read, but I don't like writing it. Verbs, prepositions, nouns, that's all like, you're speaking a foreign language to me. Yeah, I can do it, but I really have to, yeah. Not my strong suit, not my fun. I avoided English class unless it was like, can you read this book? Yeah. So I'm not a storyteller either. So making up a story, it would definitely not be a fiction book. I don't think I really would write a book. I have no desire to write a book, and yeah. Okay. Number 8. What character do you feel is most like you? Okay, there's a character I'm thinking of. I don't know if she's really like me per se, but I relate to her because of her position in the book. So that is Cindy from the Psalm 23 series by Debbie Vigay. So Cindy is a church secretary. Not the exact position, but very similar. And she, in the very first book, she arrives at work one morning and finds a dead body in the sanctuary. And the mystery, she gets involved in the search for answers and who was this guy, because he wasn't a member of the church or anything. And it just kind of builds from there. And then each book kind of follows her and her family and throughout. Like, it's a very, there's going to be 23 books in the series. There's a very long series. But I really like the character of Cindy. And I think it's because I'm relatable to her because of the church background. I think that's totally why. Other than, I don't think I'm that much like her in physical attributes or kind of mannerisms or anything like that, but because of her work position, I can easily picture her. Yeah. Okay. Number 9. How do you plan out your booktube content? Well, I have a calendar. And when I started Booktube, I was like, okay, how do I want to do this? Because I am a planner and have to have things laid out. So I decided to, after a little bit kind of back and forth debating and trying a couple different things at the very beginning, I decided to go on a schedule. So my routine, and I've been doing it for 8-9 months now, is, other than Bookmas, I post on 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So whatever, like, it's not every Monday and Wednesday or it's any day that's kind of divided, every 5th day. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And based on that, I kind of have a normal routine. So on the 5th of each month, I do my kind of wrap-up video of my reads from the month before. Then on the 15th of every 3 months, I do kind of my anticipated releases for the next quarter. On the 20th of each month, I will do a mid-month wrap-up, so what I've read the first half of the month. On the 30th of the month, I do my TBR game, okay? So then on the 10th, 15th, and 25th are just kind of random options. So like today you're seeing a tag video on the 25th. They could be a shelf spotlight video. It could be, I think it was the 15th, my best books of the year came out. So kind of, but I have a calendar in the front of my reading journal. And so I have each one kind of marked. So I have majority, and then I have a few empty spots. But I always make sure to film. I also, because my friend edits my videos, so then I get time to send them to her to have her edit them. So I'm always filming ahead. So I'm like almost 5 days ahead each time, give or take. So yeah, so I'm a planner. I work much better that way. I need to know. I'm gonna lose my questions page. Yeah, so yes, I totally plan it all out and have ideas. And it doesn't say things get moved around at times because I'm inspired by something else. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do that here and I'll move that one there. But at least I have an idea and I can think about what's coming up, sort of thing. Okay. So yeah, I'm a planner. Okay, number 10. If you were dying, what book would you read to the world? Oh my gosh. Wow. What book would I want to leave to the world? I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I'm thinking a book that kind of shows Christ and maybe like has a conversion story in it would be nice. Oh, I just thought of it. Okay. I would say I Can Only Imagine by Bart Millard. This is a memoir written by Bart Millard. He is the lead singer of Mercy Me, and it is just so inspiring if you don't know his story. And I mean, I cannot relate at all, but just reading it was like, he is proof of how you can overcome anything and make a way. And his strong faith in God. Yeah, I really loved that book. So yeah, that is what I'm going to say. Now, I don't know if that's the book I'd want to be remembered for. But no, I want to encourage you to read that book. So maybe that would be the one I want to be remembered for. Because I've encouraged somebody to yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, so those are all the questions that I have found on the Meet the Booktuber tag. Maybe you found out a little bit more about me. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you knew all the answers already. But I want to thank you for watching this video today, and I'd love it if you would like and subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for the next video coming. So, kind of sneak peek, next one will be posted on the 30th, and it will be my TBR. Thank you. Bye.